Hello Nikita and Khaled. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a web Dynpro screen. This is basically we are linking all the reports to the buttons here. So if you go to my package Z76, you'll see this program Z76 Dyn1. You double click it and run it. You'll see that it has two buttons, the report and the back button. So if you click the report button, it'll take you to the transaction code. What we did is we linked a transaction code to this button. So if you click this, it'll take you to the report required. Similarly, you're going to create many buttons over here and link it to the transaction codes as required. This back button, if you click it, this will take you to the main screen. Okay, so now I'll show you how to do it from the scratch. So you go to programs, you do create a program. Let's call it as Z76 Dyn test. Okay, you don't have to do create top include, so please don't do that. You'll do this, save it. Okay, now you guys are aware what we have to do after this, right? So what do you do after? So this is where we use the case and end case statement to link the report. I'll show you in a while how to do that. So now we have to create a user interface screen, just how we do for Visual Basic. So what we do is see the program like we created Z76 Dyn test. Okay, right click it, create screen. Oh yeah, first save it. So you save it, call it as screen 100 by default. Okay, now just type in as UI test. I mean, you can do anything, and make sure it is next screen is screen 100. You should always check with here, because we're not creating multiple screen. If there are multiple screens, you'll put here as 200. Okay, now you go to element list. This is where if you create buttons, it'll show here. Now this is flow logic. This is nothing but process before output and process after input. If you see the professor's video, you might know what process before output and process after input is. So now to get a Visual Basic type screen, we do the layout. Okay, now this is the layout. So for a text field, you just type test report. Sorry. Oh, what is wrong? Okay, we'll do this again. Let's delete it. Okay, so this is the text field. Type something, test, enter. Okay, now this is just the label, and you don't have to worry about the fact code. Now what the fact code does is, fact code helps you link it with the report calling transaction. I'll show you how it is done. So you do test. Now we create a button. Okay, so this is how you guys have to do. Just create multiple buttons here. So let's make sure do the naming conventions like professor said. So we'll name it as button 1, and let's call it as production order report. Okay, now here let me call this as RP1. Make sure you guys get the naming convention right, so make sure this is RP1 right here. Okay, now what you do is go here. Yeah, you should click here. Okay, then that will take you to this screen. We just have to do this once. I mean, you must have seen in the professor's video. I mean, I'm showing you a shorter way to do it rather than professor showed. Maybe because you might get some error in that, and I just don't want you guys to struggle with that. So after this, cross it, save it, activate it. I'm sure that is activated now. You go back, see object activated. Now see, as I was telling, you see the btn1 and OK code is right here. So here you should always see what we wrote. Like for example, hang on, let me see what I wrote here. Yeah, you see RPT1. Now, okay, what we can do is here, I'll show you how to go back as well. So we'll create just a back button. You know, name it as back. Let's call it as back. Let's save it, activate it. It's activated. Now you go back to the flow logic. Now what you guys do is you guys go to my, yeah, so process before output, it means what it basically it is to, you know, activate the buttons what you see over here. So this option will give you that option, but how to wire the report the transactions to the buttons, we need process after input. Okay, so make sure you guys uncomment this. I mean, you can even uncomment this. I'll show you the difference in a while. So you uncomment this, and yeah, you might just save it to be safe. So now what you guys do is go to my Z76 DIN, okay? Put Control A, or like don't put Control A. Copy all of this, okay? Control C. Go here. Oh, yeah. Display. Paste it. I mean, just don't worry about this comment thing because I just tried to experiment with 2 screens and you just don't worry about it. Okay, now I'll tell you step by step what this actually means. When you call this command data OK code type system, it basically you need this command because system should know that it should call screen 100. Okay, that's why we use this command. Now this, I won't explain you what this means, but I'll show you in a while. That is basically process before output command, and this is process after input. Now, first, when you copy paste it, don't mess around with anything. Save it. Okay, go to Z76 didn't test, create. Oh no, sorry, don't go here. You go here, screen. This is a shorter way than professor said. This is really successful. Now once you copy pasted that in the main file, double click this. You see, it redirects you to this screen. That means it works. Similarly, see, double click this, will take you over here. Okay, now what we do is we always have to include case OK code. So you put case OK code all the time. Okay, now we use case and end case statement. So all the time you have to include case OK code over here. All the time. Just remember that even for your individual project. Now, what was that button that we did? When, I'm going to explain you what this means. Remember that button that we did? The back button on the report? I'll show you what I mean actually. Well, I can't activate it now. You remember we did two buttons, the report one and the back button. So you have to put a case like when a user clicks back button, what happens? So when a user click back buttons, you clear the OK code and set screen 0 dot leave screen dot. This means it'll take you back to the main screen. Similarly, when RP1, that means when you click that report 1 button, it should call this transaction. So similarly, once you guys get the list, you just have to create multiple buttons, like create one button and name it as RP1, create second button and name it as RP2, and also change the transaction codes based on the buttons you guys want. Okay, yeah, I think everything looks good here. What we do is we activate it. We activate the whole thing. Okay, run it. You see this? See? That's how it worked. Plant, run it, back, back. See, back. It worked fine. That's how you guys have to do. And so imagine just create different buttons over here, you know, just instead of test, just put like purchase order reports, sales distribution reports, material reports, and you guys just have to include the buttons here. And obviously this will work, you know, like, yeah. I mean, this won't work because we didn't actually wire the back button. I'll show you how to do that. But we included this, so you know this takes you to the back screen. Now, so this is the main thing. Once you guys are done with this, you guys are really good. Now, you create this. Click here. See, it says GUI status 100 does not exist. Okay, just type UI, go to function key, back, exit. I mean, it just depends on you. I'm not going to do all that stuff again. Save it. Okay, you saved it. Activate it. Okay, now it's activated. run it. See, it's wired as I told you guys. Now click here. See, it worked. That means that is process after, sorry, that is process before output. You see PBO modules here and PAI modules. So PAI is calling transactions, PBO is nothing but activating these modules right here. Hope you guys will do it. If you guys need any assistance, just let me know. All right, take care guys, bye.